How's it going, everybody? For today's beer review, we're going to be taking a look at Lagunitas Undercover Investigation Shutdown Ale. So for this review, we've got a beer with a pretty strange name, but there's a really funny and interesting story that goes along with it, like most of Lagunitas stuff. This is their Undercover Investigation Shutdown Ale. And from what I've gathered on this beer, they were having a little kind of brewery event party on 420, I think it was, and some party goers and maybe even workers there were smoking some marijuana, and I guess authorities got tipped off, came in undercover as party goers and shut the whole thing down, and Lagunitas decided to commemorate the event with a beer, and I say that's a good way to go out. It says it is a very limited release and it has very high rank. This is something that a lot of people usually look forward to. It says, we brewed this especially bitter ale in dedication to all of the world's would-be astronauts, aka the people who didn't get to get high, in remembrance of the St. Patrick's Day, of the 2005 St. Patrick's Day massacre on the brewery party grounds, and also in joyous celebration of our 20-day suspension that following January. Do the crime, do the time, get the bragging rights. Cheers. So that's pretty much it right there. This is classified as just an American strong ale, which is kind of a branch style. That can really mean anything. The ABV on this comes in at a actually very high 9.3%. So this is getting up there to like imperial stout level and stuff, and you'll definitely be feeling it after you have one bottle. It says the original gravity is 1.085 for those of you who care about that. And it says the IBUs are 66.6. Scary. So, when in doubt, I use the Duvel glass, because this pretty much can technically encompass any beer style. And I don't really know what I'm getting into with this. So let's go ahead and get the cap off and see what this is like. I haven't read any reviews. All I did was look it up to see what style it is. And it just says American Strong Ale, which can mean anything. Straight out, the color pours. Kind of a whiskey sort of color. Orange tinged and brown colors. Has a pretty high head potential. I gave it a fairly aggressive pour, and I would say that poured up to about a finger and a half of just lightly tan colored, pretty dense head. The color on this beer looks awesome. It is a very dark, what I would call like a mixture of like caramel, orange, and mahogany, and it's very filtered, very clear, and easy to see through, as you can see. Smell. Smells like a barley wine. I'm getting a decent amount of hops, sweeter fruits like peach, mango, a little bit of pineapple, grapefruit, and oranges, a little bit of caramel, and maybe just a slightly malty backbone on it as well. I have a feeling this is going to drink like a barley wine, and I'm fine with that as long as it's a good barley wine, but we won't know until we taste it, so let's do it. Wow, that's really good. Very well balanced. The nose on it. Barley wines are something that I really have to be in the mood for, because most of them are very sweet, almost cloyingly so, like drinking syrup. The nose seems a bit intimidating if you're not wanting something super sugary, but the taste is not over the top sweet. It's very balanced. It reminds me of some kind of strange in-between point of a double IPA and a barley wine, which, as you know, sometimes those two can kind of breach the grounds of one another. It's got the orange, the hops, and the grapefruit. and it definitely also has the malt and a little bit of the caramel up front, but it actually ends on a pretty neutral, if not just slightly bitter, kind of a mixture of a malty and hoppy bitter finish, almost like what you would get off of a black IPA, but just in the finish. So it's interesting because it's so well balanced. The smell, it makes you think it's going to be like drinking simple syrup, but the taste is not so. It's good. As far as a rating goes, with a style score, I really wouldn't know what to rate this because I'm not really quite sure what it is. So I'm not gonna give it a style score because I think that a American Strong Ale is way too big of a big umbrella category. As far as my own personal rating goes, it's an A beer. I'd probably give it an A minus. I think I'd probably be comfortable giving this about just a flat 90 out of 100 because it's very well balanced. It's not too sweet. There's really nothing wrong with the beer, but ways that it could be improved. If they could achieve having the upfront flavors like what was on the nose be more present in the taste, like some of the more tropical stuff like the mango and the peach and the pineapple is kind of lost in the taste, and you're more or less just getting kind of the orange and the grapefruit. If they were able to achieve those other flavors but still keep it not cloyingly sweet, I think it would definitely bump up to an A, not an A minus, at like a 95, 96 or so. But as it stands, it's a really good beer. I see why it's limited and why it's something that is decently sought after. That has been my beer review of Lagunitas Undercover Investigation Shutdown Ale. Hope you guys enjoyed the beer review as always, and stay tuned for the next one.